Alright, what up? It's Sangster94 and welcome to another Q&A, number 85 to be exact. I'm your host, the Gamer Shankster, also known as Sangster94, and to my right, we got frequent Q&A contender, Manaf Muff.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yeah, so as you can see, I'm doing this in a kind of a weird way. It's because Skype is being a bitch and forced me to use the latest version. And the latest version isn't compatible with my encoding software, so the only way I thought of doing this, because I only had like 10 minutes to think of something, is I answered a Manaf's Skype call on my phone and decided to use my better webcam to point at him since it's more mobile, and I'm just going to use my desktop's webcam for me. So this is the best way we can get us both on the Q&A, so I don't have to keep holding him in my hand like I was thinking of doing earlier. So yeah. So that's what we're going to do, and I think it will work for the most part. You can see him. The only thing you can also see is you see like a little slip of paper below him because that's what's propping him up and whatnot. Alright, so who do we got here? We got usual contenders, White Shawtrend, of course. We got Manaf, obviously, who's being featured. Marat Balamza sent a message earlier saying he'll join the Q&A today, so we got Marat Balamza. Who else we got? We got Feargale the Fearless. And more towards the bottom, we also got Michael Cho. So it looks like that's who we got for here. Alright, so we better get going with the questions because they're already flowing in. I may put slow mode on if they don't slow down and whatnot. I'll have that ready to go. Alright, so let's go up the chat and try to find the first question here. Why I just put in a random 101 super chat before we even started. Overachiever. Alright, Wyatt, did I hear about those guys in California who were fired after taking stupid pictures of the campfire? You know what, Wyatt? I actually have not heard of that. One, because I haven't been at work for the past 5 days, so I haven't been keeping up on the news like I normally do. And, yeah, other than that, no, I just simply haven't heard of that. Marabalam's, Resident Evil Outbreak File 1 and File 2 scenarios, hardest to easiest. Did I not already answer this question? Or did I just simply rank them in the last Q&A? Well, anyway. Oh, so before I keep going, because Manaf is on my phone, if I'm going to start the 1 hour timer, I would have to take him out of this frame, and I might not get him the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to watch the time. It is 12:09 where I am at right now, so to do this legitimately, I'm going to stop the questions probably like right at 1:10. I'll give it an hour and 1 minute from this moment, alright? So I'm going to keep an eye on the clock. The moment I see 1:10 or anything past that, I'm going to just cut the questions off right there from whatever last was asked. So Wyatt, you're not gonna really know unless you're paying attention to the time. Try to get the last question in like you are trying to do very hard lately. Alright, so now I'm gonna keep going. Here we go. 1 hour start. So Marat Balamza, to answer your question, hardest to easiest, huh? For all the scenarios of the outbreaks. Okay. Well, the hardest scenario, in my opinion, overall, is End of the Road. Definitely in Outbreak File 2. The next hardest is probably Decisions from Outbreak File 1. And then I'll go Desperate Times from Outbreak File 2. Then Below Freezing Point, Outbreak 1. Then Flashback, Outbreak 2. Underbelly, Outbreak 2. The Hive, Outbreak 1. Wild Things, Outbreak 2. Then we'll go Hellfire, Outbreak 1. And finally, the easiest scenario is Outbreak in the first one. The first scenario. So, yeah. Alright. So, next. Marat Balamza, which character do I like more? Bruce in Dead Aim or Piers Nivens? I guess you guys didn't get the answer, or is that not a repetitive question? Out of those two characters, I think I like Bruce McGivern more. Alright. So remember, people, Manaf is being featured on this Q&A, so don't be afraid to ask him questions, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish I could move this webcam higher up. It would look better, but it won't stay up no matter what I do. So that's the best you're going to get. Alright. So where was I? Marat. Marat's asking a bit of questions today. That's awesome. Which character do I like more, Fong Ling or Sheva? Sheva. A lot more. Do I think a future Resident Evil game should feature a silenced handgun similar to the one in Dead Aim? It probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. You need to have enemies that are actually gonna not be alerted by sound. Or you need enemies that would be alerted by sound, and that's where the silencer comes in handy. You know, like Lickers, for example. Yeah, Wyatt, Manaf's a floating head. Do I think future Resident Evil games should take place on a ship similar to Dead Aim and Revelations? There's technically yet a third game. Gaiden took place on a ship, but I don't know. I feel like that's enough ships for a while. So me personally, I don't think so. I don't think a ship would be good. Michael Cho, is it just you or my current head cut makes me look like an older version of Orange Shirt Kid? Well, I've never heard of Orange Shirt Kid, so I can't really say I know what you're talking about. Marat Balamza, do I think future main Resident Evil games should use first person similar to Resident Evil 7? I would be okay if it did. It is my second favorite camera angle, but I noticed a lot of people didn't like it for whatever reason, so it probably would be better overall if they didn't do that again. So instead, I mean, over the shoulder, like the Resident Evil 2 remake is my least favorite perspective. It's not, I don't hate it, I don't dislike it, it's just my least favorite of the 3 perspectives that have been in the series so far. My personal favorite is fixed camera angles, so I would like it if future Resident Evil games adopted that style again. But modern fans, I think, dislike the fixed camera angles, so we're at a dilemma here. Someone's going to be disappointed all the time. Alright, Murat, which organization do I like more, the BSAA or the DSAO? Or DSO? I like BSAA a lot more. Did I see the classic outfits in Resident Evil 2 Remake? Opinion about them? Yeah, I did. And I like that they do that, just to keep the throwback traditions, lit. Wyatt, here's that classic question. What was I doing before the Q&A? What will I be doing after? Well, before the Q&A, I was scrambling to come up with an alternative for Manaf to be featured on here, since Skype's being a dick now, and I guess we're going to have to adopt a different program. After the Q&A, I'm probably going to make up some lunch and watch Avengers Age of Ultron. Alright, and of course, what did I last eat, and what will I next eat? Well, the last thing I ate, I mean, technically is not food, it was a drink. I had some hot chocolate, but the last physical thing I ate was actually a good amount of sweet tart candies. No. The last thing I ate was actually grilled cheese last night. I ate grilled cheese last night. What will I eat after this Q&A? That's a good question. Probably some shrimp-flavored ramen. Okay. Which character do I like more, Murat Balamza, Richard or Sheva? Sheva. Fairgale, what's my favorite fake name for a weapon, such as Hydra or Pale Rider? I see what you mean. Honestly, it probably is Pale Rider. Like, there's Muramasa, there was the High Roller, among other things, and then Pale Rider I think is the coolest name. Roxic, Toxic. Who do I like more, Leon or Chris? Chris Redfield is my favorite character in the entire franchise, so that being said, I like him more than Leon. Why Chachin? Funniest scene across all live action films. The funniest scene across all live action films. Probably when Alice says to a zombified whatever his name is, she's like, I'm missing you already. And then just chops his head off or something. Alright. There you go. Juan Espiritu, you saw an advertisement? Well, that's slightly to be expected because I do put ads on these Q&As. Murat Balamza, which situation is worse? Ashley screaming Leon help non-stop or AI Sheva running out of ammo constantly? Honestly, my ears bleed and Ashley screaming Leon help sucks. So, I can deal with Sheva running out of ammo. She doesn't really need it. I could just kill everything. Wyatt, least funny scene across all live-action films. No one cares about least funny, so I'm going to skip that question. Murat Balamza, which AI is better? Ashley AI or Resident Evil 5 partner AI? Which is better? I mean, even though the AI in Resident Evil 5 is retarded, it can at least defend itself for the most part. So I'm going to say Resident Evil 5 partner AI is better. Manny Stovall, finally, a question for both. Let me see. Whoa, it put me down big time. Where is it? Okay. I need to put slow mode on. I'm already, like, super far behind.
Yeah, you're super behind.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I should have said something. That's fine. It just means this one will last a little longer than normal, which can be good for some people. Alright, enable slow mode. I'm going to go 120 seconds. It's 2 minutes per chat. So, chat wisely. Wyatt, of course, can override that because he's a mod, but I hope he doesn't abuse that, like he does, though he claims he doesn't. Alright, so, the question from Manny to both is, have we heard that Johannes Roberts is writing and directing the Resident Evil reboot? I've never heard of Johannes Roberts, to be honest, so I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah, see, I never heard of this guy, seriously.
Alright.
Never heard of him.
Alrighty, Feargale, ever had a moment where any game AI was my best friend in a situation? In-game, technically speaking. Have I ever had a moment where any game AI was the best friend? Probably Resident Evil 6 AI is, like, one of the best ones, in my opinion. So, I would say that one. I don't know if I would say it was a moment like that, though. Like, I never really truly rely on the AI of a game. It's just better overall to have a live player as your partner. Alright. Wyatt, do I say Ixnay because they said it in the original Lion King movie? Do I say Ixnay? No. I don't say it because of that. Ixnay, I just say because it's something to say. PS3 or Xbox 360? Wyatt? Xbox 360. I never played the PS3, really. Juan Espiritu, all-time favorite Resident Evil music, any game. All-time favorite, huh? It would probably have to be the original Resident Evil 1. And Wyatt coming in with the super chat of 850 to celebrate 85th Q&A. Have I watched Residents of Evil podcast yet? Fuck! No, I haven't. You need to start... Look, okay, I am literally, Wyatt, giving you permission to spam me with, have I watched it yet for the rest of this month until I do. Because I think that's the only way I'm going to remember, is if you remind me constantly. Because you only seem to remind me on these Q&As, and then I forget instantly. So you need to remind me more. Alright. But anyway, all time... Michael Cho, have an alarm clock play out ear rape Jill Sandwich line for 1 hour or ear rape Leon Help line for 1 hour. I would much rather listen to Barry saying Jill Sandwich for an hour than actually yelling out Leon Help. Jill Sandwich is funny. I can do that. Murat Balamza, opinion about the Revelations inventory system. To you, it's the worst inventory system when talking about main Resident Evil games only. Isn't that where it's like just 9 slots again? Or something like that? I kind of forgot how the system is in Revelations. I think it's just like 9 slots or something. I don't know. I was okay with it. Unless I'm completely wrong, that's not how it is. I totally forgot what the inventory system for Revelations is like. Do you just go up and down through your inventory, kind of like 6, but 6 is left or right? I don't know. 6 is the worst in my opinion. But anyway. Feargale, have I heard about the latest blunders from Blizzard and Bethesda? No. What the hell is that? What? NSA versus FBI? Well, this is real life stuff we're talking about. I feel like the NSA has one step over the FBI. Murat Balamza, do I think Wesker's death in the final chapter sucks? To you it does. It's a little more believable, I think, than... Well, no, actually, no. To me, it doesn't suck. It's just a little more casual of a death than the way he went out in Resident Evil 5, the game. CIA versus NSA, Wyatt Chatrin. I still think the NSA wins. Murat Balamza, do I think a future Resident Evil game or CGI movie should team up Jill and Claire? A game, sure. CGI movie? Eh. One Espiritu, where... Ooh, I asked you a question. Huh.
Where I am from? I am Libyan.
Alright. Also, Feargo asked you a question.
Yeah, how do you ever got this? How do you ever to look at your face? I mean, what do you mean fearless? How do you able to look at my face?
How are you able to record your face? Are you Feargo? Are you talking about like right now during this Q&A?
Because if you're talking about that, it's doing my laptop and Skype.
Yeah, so he's Skyping on his laptop, and I answered his video call on my phone. And what you guys are seeing is actually a webcam pointed at my phone. So, that's what you guys are seeing. I mean, I could prove it to you better, but I don't want to move either the phone or the webcam. So, I'm not going to. Wyatt Chatrin, all swearing becomes illegal, or all violence and sex gets removed from video games? I can live in a world where all swearing becomes illegal. That means we just all have to watch our mouths, literally. Nice haircut. Thanks, Manny. You're like a week late. Murat Balamza, Resident Evil 1 Chris versus Resident Evil 1 Wesker in a knife fight. No, Wesker ain't infected with T-Virus. Honestly, I think Wesker probably has more battle experience even then, so I think Wesker is going to win in a knife fight. Wyatt, if Revelations 0 comes out, would I be hyped for it? Sure. It would be a cheesy-ass name, but whatever. Feargale, thoughts on Trump blaming video game violence? He could shove it.
Yeah, that's stupid as fuck. If you ask me.
Just let me know real quick, guys, like if you can hear Manaf clearly when he speaks, because I mean he is on my phone and he's right next to my laptop, so it's picking it up the best it can. I can't fix his the sound if it's not that good, unfortunately, the way we're doing this right now. But anyway, Wyatt Chatrin, if my girlfriend demanded me to drink a glass of Capes or she'd break up with me, which would I choose? I would actually pretend like I do, but then I would spit it in her face. Murat Balamza, do I think a future Resident Evil game or CGI movie should team up Jake and Sherry just like Resident Evil 6 did? Specifically Jake and Sherry again? Why not? It would just, like, further their, I don't know, their collaborative effort. So, I could kind of see that. And I actually feel like there was a small relationship forming right there, too. That's one of the newest Resident Evil couples, I would say, is Jake and Sherry. So, why not? Wyatt Chatrin, Skype with you for 2 hours once a week for the rest of my life. Or Skype 6 hours every day with my girlfriend for the rest of my life. I would much rather Skype with my girlfriend than you, dude. No offense. Feargale. You will greatly explain to me who Orange Shirt Kid is later on. Okay. What? Leon versus Chris in a car race. They both be driving bulky BSAA armored cars. Driving-wise, I feel like Leon would be a better driver, so I'm going to say Leon's going to win that race. Roxic Toxic. What's my favorite Resident Evil game? Resident Evil 2. Murat Balamza, which one do I like more? Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways or Resident Evil 6 Ada's Campaign? Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways, all the way. Juan Espiritu, worst shotgun in Resident Evil series. The worst shotgun, huh? Well, for me personally, I would go with the Hydra in Resident Evil Revelations 1. For me, that's the worst shotgun. Alright, Michael Cho, to both. Lick a watermelon slice sexually, or use a chocolate bar as a lipstick. Okay, well, me, I would probably use a chocolate bar as lipstick.
I was thinking watermelon.
You were thinking watermelon?
Yeah.
You're just doing tricks with your tongue, like as you're looking at or something.
Yeah.
Alright, Murat Balamza, which do I like more? Resident Evil 5's Desperate Escape or 6's Ada's Campaign? In that regard, I like Resident Evil 6 Ada's Campaign more. There you go. White Chatron, expert shotgun skills or expert skills dual wielding light submachine guns or just LMGs to survive the Ganado plus Joavo apocalypse. I would rather have expert. You know what? Dual wielding light SMGs would kind of be badass. I could spam a lot of fire that way, so I'll go with that. Want a spirit to Manaf.
Can you do an impersonation? Nope, I can't. Sorry.
You can't do an impersonation of any sort?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Murat Balamza, mutated T103 versus 10 liquor betas. I feel like that mutated T103, I think that one's going to win, to be honest. Manny Stovall, what are my thoughts on the BSAA? One of the best organizations that was formed to fight bioterrorism in the Resident Evil franchise. Yeah, in my opinion. Wyatt, have I ever accidentally deleted a file when I meant to rename it? No. I've never accidentally deleted it that way. I have accidentally deleted files before. Luckily, it's easy to get them back. Murat Balam's a mutated T103 versus 2 tanks. Well, the tanks have a distance advantage, so I would say the 2 tanks are going to win. Manny Stovall, DSO, my thoughts. I don't know a whole lot about the DSO. I actually can't even tell you which game that's from. I don't know what game the DSO is. It sounds like it's Resident Evil 6, but I think that's Neo Umbrella. So, yeah, someone needs to...
I think that's from a CGI movie.
The DSO is from a CGI movie?
Yeah.
Like, for a degeneration, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah,
well, in that regard, didn't really care for them much. Greg was a dumbass. Murat Balamza, mutated T103 versus a Chopper. Again, the Chopper has a distance advantage. It could stay as really high, and even if the 103 could jump really high, they would make sure to keep their distance. So the Chopper's gonna win. What did I do yesterday? What will I do tomorrow? Is this another one you're gonna start doing all the time? Yesterday I was traveling for 12 hours. Thank you very much. Tomorrow I'm doing whatever I want before work, and then I'm working. It's not the best question why I suggest you don't keep doing it, because no one can say what they're gonna do for the entire day tomorrow. No one knows that much. Murat Balamza, can I rate Survivor out of 10? The first Survivor, 4 out of 10. Wyatt with another super chat. What was that? Just a dot? That's what it looks like. Alright. Manny to Manaf.
Have you heard of Google Hangouts? No? What's that?
I believe it's kind of similar to Skype. I think it's just on Google, like a Google Hangout. That's actually something I might want to look into, potentially, to do more co-hosting Q&As, if it works. I'll have to look into that again. Wyatt Chatron, I know, would suggest something that's called Join Me, but I'll have to look into that. Murat Balamza, do I think Ark Thompson or the kids in Survivor should appear in a future Resident Evil game? One of them somewhere actually could just pop up in a future game. I feel like that wouldn't be a bad idea. Ark Thompson, even though he wasn't very significant because he only had one game, I feel like he could end up in like a bioterrorism, like he would be part of the fight against bioterrorism since he experienced some of it himself. But yeah, Lot or Lily Klein, those are the two kids. They were young back then, but they're full-blown adults by now in the timeline. So yeah, they could be part of something too. Anyway, Wyatt Chatron, why did I stop using the Q&A thumbnail where I held up the number of the Q&A on the piece of paper? Because I thought that was like amateurish, and the actual text that I used today I feel like looks more professional. Yeah. Murat Balamza, which character do I like more, Ark Thompson or Ethan? I like Ark Thompson a lot more than Ethan. Do I think Ark is a generic character? He's borderline generic, yes. Just so you know, man, if you're like getting to the very side right now. There you go. That's better. Okay. Alright. Michael Cho to both. Shoot chicken nuggets out of our ass or vomit out hot chocolate. Both at high speed. I would probably rather... I'd rather shoot the nuggets out.
Yeah, it looks cool. I will shoot the nuggets also.
Okay. Nuggets also for you. Murat Balamza, do I think Survivor 2 sucks? Yes, it sucks big time. At first, I thought it was just Code Veronica in first person. That's not the case whatsoever.
It's called copy and paste, but just like first person.
Yeah. Juan Espiritu, any tips for building self-esteem? Not super good at like personal therapeutic stuff like that. Honestly, I don't really have tips for you. I don't even know if I have that much self-esteem, to be honest. Wyatt Chatron, who do I like more, Murat Balamza or Sheva? Ignore the fact that Sheva does not exist in real life. Well, Murat has helped me out a lot more than Sheva, so Murat Balamza.
What's the point of that question?
I don't know what the point. That's the thing with Wyatt. He does the most random questions sometimes. Firgale.
You should say if Sheva was in real life to make that question even.
I know. I did ignore the fact that she doesn't exist in real life. She was very unhelpful in the game. Firgale. Zombie kill. Hurl a frozen watermelon to its face or slingshot a flaming piece of brimstone in its mouth. Ooh. I would probably do the flaming piece of brimstone. Murat Balamza. Do I think Survivor 2 should be remade just like Code Veronica and then be added to Code Veronica Remake as a minigame? That would not be a bad idea. Instead of remaking Survivor 2, which would be a very bad idea, yeah, if they were to remake Code Veronica, which once again I don't think is necessary, if they were to do that, that wouldn't be a bad little throw-in right there. Is a little minigame that's kind of like Survivor 2, also remade. No, yeah, I would actually be willing to play that. Wyatt Chatron, make the Q&A thumbnails a picture of you or a picture of my girlfriend. My girlfriend. Manny Stovall, what are my thoughts on Leon S. Kennedy? Probably potentially my second favorite character of the whole series. No, and Leon S. Kennedy is badass. He's developed a lot of skills and experience over the years, and honestly, he could take on Chris in certain things, I feel like. There you go. Wyatt Chatron. Jeez, I am still super behind. Yeah, this one is loaded. I wasn't expecting to be. Okay. What? It's gonna suck if the power goes on again at the end of this, because that's a lot of questions I'll be missing. Make the Q&A thumbnails a picture of a huge dick or a picture of my topless girlfriend. Assume YouTube would allow either. Well, I'm not broadcasting my girlfriend in that manner in any way. So yeah, you guys are getting dicks. Marabalams, which villain who has an ambiguous fate should be used again in a future Resident Evil game or a future CGI movie? An ambiguous fate? I feel like it has to be someone who's still alive, right? Whatever happened to Nikolai? Nikolai should make a comeback. White Shottrand, who do I know what LinkedIn's logo looks like? I actually don't think I do, because I don't follow LinkedIn at all. Murat Balamza, which character should be used in the next future Resident Evil game as the main character, excluding Resident Evil 2 Remake, of course? Ethan, or a new character that's even more generic than Ethan? Well, if you have that comparison, it probably would be better off that Ethan makes a return. Maybe a little more mature. Murat Balamza, Resident Evil 6 Mercenaries maps, most to least favorite. Okay. I would say my most favorite is definitely the Catacombs. And then it would be Urban Chaos. I don't know if I know all the names of them. It's been a long time since I've played Mercenaries in Resident Evil 6. But those were easy because those were my two favorites. After that, whichever one... See, it's really hard for me to answer this question. I almost need to look up the maps to be able to accurately answer that question. But the moment I start looking shit up, things are going to slow down. Resident Evil 6 Mercenaries maps. Here we go. Okay. Come on, give me the maps. Not the skills, you idiot. Okay. Okay. This is all of them, I think. Alright, so in order from most to least favorite, it's definitely the Catacombs, then Urban Chaos, then it's a Rooftop Mission, then we'll go High Seas Fortress, Mining the Depths. That one's not a bad one. Requiem for War. Yeah. Liquid Fire. Railyard. Steel Beast. And then my least favorite, I guess, that leaves Creature Workshop. There you go. Yeah, Creature Workshop was just a maze of something, and it was too big, in my opinion, and too complicated. Alright. There you go. There's my answer. Alright. Wyatt Chotron, choose from the... Well, how convenient. Now I get to the lookup questions, probably.
Yeah.
Right after that. Here we go. Choose the following 2 loadouts to survive the intelligent Lipotitsa apocalypse. An A91 assault rifle, some military-grade rope, and 2 flash grenades, or the Desert Tech microdynamic rifle, a small first aid kit, and a small backpack to carry things in. Must look both guns up, and Manaf must answer as well. Manaf does not have to look them up separately.
I know the guns, how they look like.
You know what they look like?
They actually pull up assault rifles.
Okay. Well,
so I would take the MDL because it's just stronger. Like it's more powerful. I know about guns, so don't challenge me, right?
Yeah, the Desert Tech Micro. Okay. Okay, now that I've seen what both of them look like, let me use the rest of the loadout to decide. 2 flash grenades, or small first aid kit and small backpack for Lipotitsa. I'll go with the first layout, the A91 grade rope and 2 flash grenades for Lipotitsas. Yep.
I would actually take the Desert Tech because it's actually more powerful.
Okay. So, see, I actually based my answer not on the guns he had me looked up, but at the rest of the loadout that he described. So, I feel like 2 flash grenades would come in more handy against a Lipotitsa than first aid and just a small backpack. That's what decided it for me. Resident Evil 5, Murabalamza, Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries maps, most least favorite. Now, that one's easy because I played the shit out of Resident Evil 5. Alright. My most favorite definitely is Prison, then Public Assembly, and then believe it or not, probably Ship Deck is my third favorite. And then let's see, choose carefully. Then we'll go the Mines, Missile Area. Oh yeah, Missile Area is pretty good. I know my least favorite is Ancient Ruins, so that one's dead last. So I guess that leaves Village, then Ancient... Oh, then... No. Ancient Ruins isn't my least favorite. The one with all the liquors is. I'm actually having trouble remembering what that one specifically is called. But...
Which one?
There's a Mercenaries... Resident Evil 5, there is one Mercenaries map that has a lot of liquors in it, and it's like multi-layered. It's multi-leveled. So I forgot what it's called though.
It's not actually the first one. I think actually the last one's probably Prison. I think.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so Prison, Public Assembly, Ship Deck, Mines, Missile Area, Village, Ancient Ruins, and that liquor stage. What the hell is it called? It's like...
Well, it's not Village. That's impossible.
No, I know it's not Village. It's like Mission something, I feel like, or... I'm gonna spend...
I think the Missile one.
Okay, you guys are gonna hate me, but I'm putting slow mode on even... I never enabled it! I don't think I ever enabled it. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, you guys are gonna hate me for a little while. But I am so freaking far behind because I actually didn't properly put it on. I'm putting it on for 300 seconds. That's 5 minutes. So, I really need to catch up. So, So what?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions today.
Yeah. So I need to put slow mode on for like 5 minutes because there's just way too many questions. Virgo, I doubt you forgot. You just didn't say anything because you liked it that I didn't put it on. But, okay, well that kind of just irked me a little bit, but whatever. So, yeah, we might be on this for 30 extra minutes with how much catching up I'll have to do by the end of it. But whatever. I'm having a good day right now, so at least I'm not pissed off. So, I'm actually going to look up the Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries maps again, real quick. Because I really, really need to know what that stage is called, with all the liquors. Unless someone could just tell me in the chat, that would save some time. But now that I have slow mode 5 minutes on, you probably don't want to waste it like that. God, I keep losing track of what I'm doing. Okay, Resident Evil 5 Mercenaries maps. Okay. Experimental facility. Thank you. Okay, so that's my least favorite. Experimental facility. Alright, and then the very next question, I'm sure, is Resident Evil 4 favorite maps, right? I need to actually find my way all the way back up there. There we go. Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries maps, most to least favorite. Okay, my most favorite is definitely Waterworld, then Castle, then Village, then finally Island. I don't like the Island very much. Damn it. Alright, Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries out of 10. Oh, just rate it 1 out of 10. Resident Evil 3 Mercenaries, the OG Mercenaries. I'll give it a good 7 out of 10. I liked 5 Mercenaries so much more. And 4 Mercenaries was still better. 1 Espiritu, worst place to be in a zombie apocalypse? In a very small room with only 1 entrance that's completely open. Manaf Muff, from yourself. Gun guess, what is gun?
Yeah.
What is a gun in Resident Evil 5 that has 80 magazine when you fully upgrade it? In Resident Evil 5, what is the gun that has 80 in capacity when you fully upgrade it? Shoot. It has to be a machine gun.
Yeah.
It's a machine gun, okay. It's definitely not the VZ61, because that one's 300, I know.
Yeah.
Is it the SIG 556?
Yeah, it is.
Nice. Alright. Murab Alonzo, can I rate Resident Evil 2's Extreme Battle Mode out of 10? That was like the precursor to Mercenaries, but that one I'll also give a 7 out of 10. That one heckled me just a little bit when I played through it. What the Hecklerkach XM8 or the Patriot Ordnance Factory P416 to survive the Resident Evil 1 zombie, Resident Evil 2 liquor apocalypse? Must look both up, Manaf must answer. So, okay. The Hecklerkach XM8, huh?
I know that it's actually like a assault rifle. And another one, the P46, is actually like an M4, but German Hecklerkach. Like, it looks like an M4.
Oh, yeah? Ooh, that's an interesting looking weapon, the XM8.
Yeah.
It's like sleek, almost.
Yeah, I know. It have like a scope on. Have like a touch scope.
Alright, and then the Patriot Ordnance Factory. Patriot Ordnance Factory P416. Okay. Well, the other one looked better, in my opinion. But, so just those guns for the apocalypses. So I must choose based on the gun. Honestly, I'd probably go with a Heckler & Koch XM8. Same?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Marabalamza, can I rate Resident Evil 2 Fourth Survivor and Tofu Survivor out of 10? Well, for me, those are two different modes. Like, very different modes. They have the same objective and the same exact route, but it's two different characters with two different loadouts. So, Fourth Survivor, in my opinion, is a nice 8 out of 10. Tofu Survivor is extremely difficult. It's funny, but because of how difficult it is, I would only go a 6 out of 10 for Tofu. Can I rate Resident Evil Code Veronica's Battle Mode out of 10? Battle Mode was decent. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Do I like the inventory systems of Outbreak 1 and 2? No, because it's only 4 slots for each person, unless you're Yoko, which has 8 slots. It's actually very difficult. So, I'm neutral about it, I would say. And then I finally get to why it's $8.50 donation, which was already like 15 minutes ago. So yeah, that just shows how far behind I am. I wish they showed the times, like time code, but it doesn't. So let's see here. Where was I? Oh, Feargale. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a Resident Evil fighting game where you play as all the different creatures? As long as it's acknowledged as a complete spin-off, or not even a spin-off, just a complete separate game from the series and just taking characters from it. Kind of like a universe-type game, you know, like Super Smash Brothers or, I don't know, Marvel vs. Capcom. I would play something like that. Yes, I would. That would be kind of cool. Who do you think would be the most powerful creature? That's a good question. Wyatt Chatron, do I know Pig Latin? Yeah, you just take the first letter of every word and put it at the end of the word and add A to it. That's Pig Latin. Or is it the first syllable, technically? Huh. Anyway, if I was to shut down my current main channel and stop YouTubing, would I start a new channel with you after a while? Maybe. I don't know, though. It depends on what I'm doing in life at the time. Whatever makes me shut down my channel, if it ever happens, is a life event. So, yeah. Marabalamza, which main Resident Evil game has the worst soundtrack, excluding Resident Evil 1? Well, I just said Resident Evil 1 is my favorite soundtrack, so that's not going to happen. So, which game has the worst soundtrack? Probably Survivor. Oh, you said main game, so that doesn't count. Fuck. Okay. Main game has the worst soundtrack. 5.
Yeah.
5.
Like that.
Yeah. Alright, Wyatt, your last lookup question, I think, because it has cars. The 1982 Chrysler LeBaron, The Rest of My Life, or the 1980, thanks for including the years, that's making it better, Cadillac Seville, For the Rest of My Life. Both would be dark blue. Okay. So dark blue is a good color, I feel like. So, 1982 Chrysler LeBaron. 1982 Chrysler LeBaron. Huh. That's not a horrible car. For the 80s, that was actually probably decent. Or, 1980 Cadillac Seville. Ugh. Okay. Both would be dark blue. I'm definitely going with 1982 Chrysler LeBaron. Yeah. Alright, Manny Stovall. Johannes Roberts is the director who directed 47 Meters Down and The Strangers Pray at Night. He's also going to direct the 47 Meters Down sequel, The Next Chapter. Originally called 48 Meters Down. Okay, well, I actually did watch 47 Meters Down, which was... It was thrilling, that's for sure, and I feel the ending kind of sucked, though, because one of them died off. But I never saw The Strangers Pray at Night. I saw the original The Strangers, so I'm like, about it. We'll see how that goes. Roxic Toxic, what's my favorite weapon in Resident Evil 4? The PRL 412. White Shotgun, Would I ever answer a question from you where I had to choose from 10 loadouts? No, so don't you dare do it. That would take way too fucking long.
Yeah.
Would I rather the Lion King reboot have terrible musical score or terrible voice acting? The musical score is half the reason I'm really excited to see it, so I would rather the voice acting be kind of terrible. Seriously. One Espiritu to Manaf.
Do you watch anime? No.
You do not watch anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to be right now, no.
No problem.
And my phone is dead.
Oh, your phone's dead? Okay.
Yeah, you have to ask questions.
So I'll have to ask the questions. Okay, that's no problem. So your own question, you don't think what? Oh, that's not even a question. You don't think so? What? That's too much. Michael Cho to both. Here we go. If Jill Sandwich were to be a thing in real life, what would be the contents other than herself in the sandwich? Probably lettuce. For me, it would be lettuce, pickles, and probably some lunch meat like turkey to go along with that. There you go.
Probably pickle on steak, probably, or pickle on meat.
Pickle and steak. Oh man.
Yeah.
Why Chatra never be able to use a computer mouse again, or never be able to use the keyboard ever again? Well, the thing is, sometimes if I'm not like near my laptop, but I'm using my mouse from a further distance, I can use the on-screen keyboard. So I think it would be better for me personally if I lost the keyboard and just had to use my mouth to type everything I need. Because I really hate the touchpad on laptops. So, yeah. Geez, Wyatt, you did like 6 questions in a row right there. Worst gun name I've ever heard. The worst gun name I've ever heard. Probably the Drake. Yeah. Best, coolest, most badass gun name I've ever heard? Fuck, what's the... Lightning Hawk. Lightning Hawk, yes.
Yeah.
Worst Resident Evil special weapon across all the games. The worst special weapon? Probably the bubble gun in Revelations 2.
Yeah, the bubble gun was actually fun, like a fun gun.
It's fun. It just freezes enemies in their tracks, but that's about it. It doesn't really kill them.
I'm gonna say the Gatling gun from 5.
The what?
The minigun from 5.
Oh, the minigun. Yeah. Also, 25 funniest Resident Evil lines across all games, movies. Yeah, you know I'm not answering that. 3 Rotted versus 1 Joavo. If Joavo has a gun, he'll probably win. Yeah, I'm not answering that fucking 25 question. Juan Espiritu, favorite non-Resident Evil game? Tekken. Yeah. White Chatrin, 5 Glasps versus 2 Vulcan Blubbers. Shit. I think the 5 Glasps win since they have invisibility. Marabalamza, the inventory system in Revelations has infinite slots. Okay. All that's related to inventory is ammo boxes that increases fixed ammo capacity limit. The amount of grenade and herb you can carry is limited plus fixed. Okay, I think now I remember. So yeah, you can have a... I don't know. I still think 6 is worse. Why, U3 versus 2 JJs. Two JJs. 5 Ganados versus 1 Bella sister. 1 Bella sister. Super Salvador versus both of the Bella sisters. Super Salvador. Michael Cho, you remember me showing my girlfriend one time. How did we meet? Just curious. The question is optional. Okay. Well, that's not bad. That's not a bad question. How did I meet her? I met her on OkCupid, a dating app. And then we started chatting. And it just led to one thing, and eventually I decided to go to her house. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it. Favorite Resident Evil revolver? It's definitely the Smith & Wesson M500. Also known as the hand cannon, also known as the elephant killer. So, yeah. That's a gun that I want in real life, to be honest. That'd be badass.
Yeah, but she's powerful. That thing is powerful as fuck.
I know. Alright, Manny Stovo asked a question to both of us. Have we heard of creepypasta? I have. That's like Slender Man, The Rake, Jeff the Killer, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've heard of it. I don't know, but I think I've heard of it before.
Alright. Wyatt Chatrin trivia question from Resident Evil 4. What does Bella mean in the Bella sisters' name? I have no idea. I didn't know that it explained that anywhere. So, I don't know, Wyatt. Have I ever hunted? And
Doesn't
would
mean
I?
Sister.
Huh?
Doesn't mean sister in Spanish, I think.
Bella means sister?
I don't, maybe.
Sister. Wyatt, no, I have never hunted, and no, I wouldn't. I don't think so. If I got paid tons of money to hunt animals, but my girlfriend hated the fact I did, would I do it or not? No, I wouldn't do it, even if I got paid tons of money. You know what's funny, though? The opposite of that is what would actually happen. My girlfriend would actually not hesitate to hunt. I think she wants to try it once. I think. Murat Balamza, do I think the Merchant should come back in a future Resident Evil game? The Merchant? No. He belongs in 4. Something like the Merchant, though, can come back, I'd say. White Chatron, be known as an evil troll or be known as a woman abuser? I'd rather be known as an evil troll. Not a woman abuser, that's bad. Dual-wield shotguns or dual-wield broken butterflies to survive the El Garador apocalypse? This is for both of us, man. I would so much rather dual-wield broken butterflies if my wrists could handle it.
The broken butterfly, because of 2 reasons. One, it's more powerful. 2 is because of the range.
Yeah. So, definitely. Juan Espiritu, MP5 versus Mac 10.
MP5 easily.
MP5 easy?
Easily, I mean, what?
Well, I got the gun expert here, I guess.
I mean, it's better.
White Chatron, what was the last type of alcohol that I drank? It was strawberry lemonade flavored vodka. Yeah. Yep. Marble Amza, do I think weapon/money system of Resident Evil 4 and 5 should be used in a future Resident Evil title? Yeah, the money system? Yeah, probably not. I do not think so, because the money system, I feel like, is a very small part of what made it more actiony, is the money system. Instead of just acquiring the weapons like you did in classic Resident Evil games, you bought weapons from some sort of, like, store or merchant. No, I don't think that should come back.
Yeah, that's like the action thing.
Yeah. White Chatron, when you come to visit me, would I rather punch you in the gut and risk losing your support, or kick my girlfriend out so we have the whole place to ourselves? I'm definitely not kicking my girlfriend out, so I guess I'm gonna be punching you in the gut and risk losing your support. Feargale, have I ever watched any Lego movies on YouTube, and if so, have I ever watched those based around Resident Evil? No, I've never seen any Lego movies in my life. Wyatt Chatron, change my main channel's name to Wyatt is greater than Manaf with the alligator mouth. Or to Manaf is greater than Wyatt. I risk losing the support of whomever gets the name that is not favorable, of course. So Wyatt greater than Manaf or Manaf greater than Wyatt?
I'm okay with both. I'm okay with both.
You're okay with both?
Yeah.
Well then, honestly, it's a pointless loss. Like, in that regard, I would probably put Wyatt as better than Manaf, but in terms of financial support only. In terms of question asking, Manaf, you are greater than Wyatt, I feel like. What SRT? My thoughts. What the hell is the SRT from? What game or what movie?
It's definitely movie. I think that's from Generation.
From Degeneration?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was DSO then? Are they both in Degeneration?
Maybe, yeah.
I honestly have no idea what they're from, but
It's 100% Generation.
okay. Well, so is Angela part of the DSO or the SRT in Degeneration?
I don't know. I haven't watched that movie since a long time.
Well, no matter what, I don't remember which is which, so I can't really share my thoughts on it. Forget the fearless. Have I ever suffered any computer or console glitches when playing through a game or editing a video? Yeah, my editor crashed one time, like when I was editing something very important, and I didn't save for a while, so I had to backtrack a lot. So yes, that has happened to me in a way. Juana Spiritu, specifically to you, Manaf, so I'll read it for you. What is your favorite Resident Evil game?
That's easy. It's 2.
Resident Evil 2 is your favorite?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, no, scratch that. It's actually 3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah.
Your favorite Resident Evil game overall?
Yeah.
Is 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a rumor that actually says that 3 is maybe in development for remake.
Yeah, I know. Remake 3 is now getting developed, apparently. We'll see. I mean, it deserves it just as much as 2 did, so, yeah. Yeah. Wait to see Nemesis in high def.
Yeah.
Alright. Wyatt Chatron, try to survive the Crimson Head apocalypse with a sore arm and a black tail, or try to survive the Ganado apocalypse with a sore back and a fully unupgraded Resident Evil 4 riot gun.
I'll take the Ganado one. The Crimson Head's too fast.
Yeah, Ganado apocalypse with a sore back, but in a fully unupgraded riot gun, because I'll at least get some spread. Yeah. Mariah Balamza, the most overrated spinoff in the series. Overrated spinoff. Probably Dark Side Chronicles. Yeah, I think that's overrated. Mariah Balamza, the DSO first appeared in 6, then in Vendetta. Okay, so the DSO is Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
And then they appeared again in Vendetta. Okay, so the SRT is most likely Degeneration. So,
yeah.
Okay, well then the DSO is what? Simmons was... Did that have something to do with Siemens? I don't know. Or like what Helena was working for? I really don't know. But... So in that regard, still didn't care much for it.
Yeah.
Juana Spiritu, do another impersonation for me? Well, I don't know. I like it when people ask me to do a specific one, not just come up with one. But
check your time, Gangster. Check the time.
1:10. Oh man. So wait a minute. So the last question I'm going to answer is Tina Schroeder's Both. What is the meaning of life? It's the last question I saw, and the last question on the bottom of the chat, and I cut it off right now. Sorry, Wyatt, you did not get the last question. Even with a super chat, you didn't. You forget the rules, Wyatt. It's not when the timer goes off. It's what I choose as the last question when I see. So, and to be honest, since you've seemed to made a point to want to get the last question in, now I almost do anything I can in my power to make sure you don't, because sometimes I get tired of you getting all the satisfaction. So, sorry, Wyatt. Tina's got the last question. You better pray the power goes out now, Wyatt. That's the only way I'm going to avoid it. So, now that the questions are stopping right at Tina's question, I'll go ahead and turn slow mode off. Not that it really matters. But yeah. So, now people can share their opinions of things, just don't ask any questions. So, let's see how long this takes me to get caught up. Because, yeah, Wyatt's Super Chat is... I'm honestly totally wrong again. Says who? I'm the creator of these Q&As, Wyatt. I am the reason you exist the way you're known as right now. And he's putting in another one, trying to... It doesn't matter, Wyatt. I can still view the question, and I already said it. What is the meaning of life? That is Tina's question. Alright. Are you going to try to block me now from saying it, from answering it? I doubt you can do that. Alright. So anyway, I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
I really hope deep down, Wyatt, you're just laughing along with us because it's not a huge deal. Okay, so I need to find where we were.
What's the meaning of life, she said?
Well, that's the last question I'm going to answer once I get there. That's the final question. Okay. Here we go. I think I found it. Oh, so Juan Espiritu's... I need to do another impersonation of anything. Okay. I got one. Oh, I'm not like them. I'm a businessman with standards. Freaking Irving.
Yeah. The funniest guy in the whole Resident Evil.
Okay. Then Wyatt's random $2 donation with the dot. Michael Cho to both. What are our favorite memes? My favorite meme now is probably the shooting star meme. Yeah.
Yeah, the shooting stars. My favorite meme is the shooting stars.
Your two?
Yeah.
Alright. Favorite tyrant, Juan Espiritu. The OG. Well, not the very first one from Zero. I'm talking about the first one that was introduced to the world in Resident Evil 1, which I believe was the T001, or was it the T002? I forgot. But
the T0 nothing.
Okay, so yeah, the very first tyrant that was introduced. Murat Balamza, can I say some of the merchant lines just like him in Resident Evil 4? I'll do like a couple. Stranger! What you need that for? Going hunting an elephant? And, stranger, now that's a weapon. I know, all weapon quotes. That actually hurt my throat a little bit.
Wyatt knows how to open clothes. Wyatt knows.
Yeah, Wyatt would know. Okay. Wyatt Chatron, lose my left thumb or my right middle finger? I'll lose my right middle finger. I don't need it as much as a thumb. Murat Balamza, my favorite, or just favorite merchant line is the elephant one. Going hunting an elephant. My least favorite merchant line is thank you. Because you know how many times I have to go through that when I'm selling shit? Alright, Wyatt Chatron, do I think the zombie/infected children should be featured in a Resident Evil game? It would be really creepy like it was in Apocalypse. Yeah, you know what? That's like the only time a zombie child is featured, is Resident Evil Apocalypse, the movie. You're right. I think that's the only time a child is featured.
But that was a movie, right? You can't kill.
So yeah, I think zombie children. There should be more zombie children. Seriously.
But that would be better. Yeah, I don't think so.
Ooh, this should make me, you, and Wyatt a little happy. Hopefully. Juan Espiritu is requesting that he hosts a live stream with me.
Wow.
Well then, that's like the first time someone actually asked to do that. I mean, since Wyatt and Manaf. So, yeah, Juan, the fact that you are friends with me personally on Facebook now, and because you've attended these Q&As for a little while, at least, I don't know, the last 5 of them or so. Yeah, I mean, the fact is I do want a 4th person for Q&A 104. And yeah, we could probably do, like, just a solo one like I did with Manif and like I do with Wyatt sometimes. So yeah, Juan Espiritu, the thing is, Skype seems to be out of the question now because it's obviously not compatible with my software, and I would have to do it like this every time, which I don't want to have to do. So we'll have to communicate and find a way to do that, I guess. But yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. I have to get through the rest of these questions. White Shotron, top 3 playable characters I like less than Ethan. Playable characters that I like less than Ethan? I don't even know if I have 3 characters that I like less than him, so I can't really answer that question. But if that's the case, probably Jessica. Okay, yeah. Ashley, Jessica, and that's really all I like less than Ethan, to be honest. I don't like anyone else less than him. That's playable. So yeah, I can only give you the top 2, Wyatt, not the top 3. Michael Cho to both. So listen up, man. Who would win in a boxing match? Joe Baker from Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 5, Chris? Who would win in a boxing match? I think Joe Baker will win.
I mean, that's a very difficult one. Don't forget that Chris just punched a boulder.
And Chris did punch a boulder, you're right. But I don't think they exerted a force like if Joe did it.
Well, I think Chris have more power if he deliver a full injury as a punch. So yeah, I think Chris will win.
You're gonna go with Chris? Alright.
But it's gonna be a close one.
Alrighty. White Shotron, my lips, mouth, tongue can never touch any part of my girlfriend ever again, or I can never talk to my parents or sister ever again. I'm going with the latter. Marabalam's a mutated T-103 versus 10 Farfarellos. 10 Farfarellos. White Shotron, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much... that is pretty personal, Wyatt. I'm not going to do that over the Q&A. When you come to visit me, do I want to eat someplace fancy or just grab some pizza? If we go somewhere fancy, you're going to be the one paying. But yeah, we'll most likely get pizza at least once. I'll treat you to some Costco pizza. My girlfriend forces me to do a marathon 10 romantic movies all at once with her once a year. That actually doesn't sound that bad. Or she is forced to marathon all of the Resident Evil movies, live action and CGI, with me once every year. In each situation, one or the other would not be happy doing this. Okay, well, my girlfriend has a bigger temper than I do, so I'll suffer through the 10 romantic movies, but I really wouldn't be suffering. Virgil, worst tyrant in any Resident Evil game. I would definitely go in any Resident Evil game. Key on the any. Alright, well, it's Resident Evil Freedom's tyrant. If not that, then Gaiden. That's the worst tyrant. Juan Espiritu, least favorite virus in the games. My least favorite virus is the TG. It's that one in Dead Aim.
Oh, shit.
The TG virus.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Is it like a T mixed with G or what?
Yeah, it's T and G combined. Yeah.
So time and
Because that just makes Morpheus Duval a she-male. That's what it turns him into. So, White Chatron, if Leon and Bruce McGovern met up, how do you think they would react? Bruce might slightly annoy Leon, for all I know, if he spoke the way he did in Dead Aim. A cheesy voice actor crap. Murat Balamza, which one do I like more, Survivor or Resident Evil 6 Chris campaign? As much as I hate Resident Evil 6 Chris's campaign, I do find a little more enjoyment out of it than Survivor in general. So, I'm going with Resident Evil 6 Chris campaign. Finally, you found a way for me to say I prefer that over something else. Feargale the Fearless, what do I want for Christmas? A new laptop. Straight up. Michael Cho, guess the quote. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. I don't know what that's from. Is that from the new Mary Poppins movie? Or is that from some sort of parody or whatnot? Or something referencing it? I don't know. White Chatron, which meetup would be more epic? Leon and Jill or Billy and Rebecca reunite? That would be a lot more epic if Billy and Rebecca reunited. I feel like. Murat Blamza, which Resident Evil game do I like more? Dead Aim or Darkside Chronicles? I like Dead Aim more than Darkside Chronicles. And I've played more of Dead Aim than Darkside Chronicles. One Espiritu, be in a zombie-infested island or a zombie-infested city? City. Because island you can't really get off of, but city you could somehow get out, probably. Wyatt Shotrund. God, I'm still crazy behind.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, ugh. I really wish I didn't forget about that slow mode. So, also, which meetup would be more epic? Jill and Ada, or Ada and Fong Ling? Honestly, Jill and Ada would probably be a more epic meetup. They have like no connection whatsoever though. Which meetup would be more epic? You and Leon or Manaf and young Sherry? Why that? You and Leon, maybe. Feargill, do I think when we play as Sherry in Resident Evil 2 Remake, it'll be a stealth section where we have to avoid Chief Irons? You know, that's a really good take on it. It might be something like that for all we know.
I think we might avoid Chief Irons.
Yeah. Like when we play as Sherry. Because he's
not like the original one.
Yeah. Marabalamza, is there any Resident Evil game that I would give a 5 out of 10? Probably Survivor 1. Or did I not just say, like, it's a... No, I said it was a 4 out of 10, didn't I?
That's maybe a 5, maybe.
6. Probably Resident Evil 6. I would give only a 5 out of 10. Unless I give it a rating already. I don't know, Mariah. I don't remember half of the answers that I give on all these questions, so shouldn't quote me on it. One Espiritu. Be in a zombie apocalypse with Wyatt or Manaf? Well, Wyatt probably knows his guns. It's just as good as Manaf, but Manaf has been proving lately he knows guns pretty well, so honestly, I think I'd rather be in an apocalypse with Manaf than Wyatt. Alright. Wyatt, Ethan becomes the sole playable character of all Resident Evil games forever. God forbid. Or Wesker is resurrected and becomes the sole playable character in all the Resident Evil games. You know what? I probably would much rather play as Wesker than play as Ethan. So, yeah. Howdy, Tina. You are late. I mean, I already knew you were in here because you got the last question. But Wyatt, which Resident Evil game has the coolest map? For example, Resident Evil 4's map layout. Whoa. Come on. There we go. Which game has the coolest map overall, huh? You know, to be honest, Resident Evil 4's map overall is pretty nice. It's like 3 different areas, and like all of them are heavily expansive. So I'll give Resident Evil 4 the winner for coolest map. So yeah.
Of course, 4 is the best Resident Evil.
In general, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to say.
That's according to the fans. It has been for a long time the best Resident Evil. So Manny Stovall, for both of us, what are our thoughts on the Dead Rising series? Well, the only one I've ever played was 2, and that was a pretty neat game. So I think the series in general is probably a great franchise.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's underrated franchise. It's underrated zombie franchise.
It's underrated, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right. White Chatron, least to most terrifying enemy. Iron Maiden, Skagdead, Glass, Vulcan Blubber, and Drain Deimos. Least to most terrifying. Okay. I'll go with Vulcan Blubber, then Drain Deimos, then Skagdead, then Glasp, and then finally Iron Maiden. Iron Maidens are terrifying. Yeah. Michael Cho, what Chinese food do I favor the most? Broccoli beef. Yeah, broccoli beef. What? Be forced to survive a Drain Deimos apocalypse or a flood plus Gyozo apocalypse? I would not fare well in water against all those Gyozos, so I'll go with the Drain Deimos apocalypse. Also, favorite smashable crate or barrel across all Resident Evil games? That's a very weird question. But let me see here. It's probably the classic Resident Evil 4 barrel that tends to contain either money or ammo. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. Resident Evil 4 has a lot of favorites, but Resident Evil 2 will still be my favorite game overall. Marabalamza, which one do I like more? Resident Evil 5, Desperate Escape, or Resident Evil 6, Jake's Campaign? Jake's Campaign. Yeah.
I don't think... Yeah, I played Desperate Escape.
I really didn't like Desperate Escape.
Yeah.
Feargate of the Fearless, how old is my cat, and what breed is she? My cat is a little over... is like 5.5 years old. I actually do not know what breed she is. I don't know cat breeds very well. I know a lot more dog breeds than cat breeds, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, Feargale. If I showed her to you, would you be able to call it? Anyway, Feargale also asked you a question, Manaf. Do you have any pets?
No.
You have no pets?
Yes.
Alright. Juan Espiritu, he said, Manaf, why don't you ask us some questions?
Well, I asked a TV question as a chat, but no one responded because and what was I supposed to ask? What was I supposed to ask?
I guess anything. Sort of like when I would have slow chat and I would actually ask a trivia question about my channel. But you would probably have to... Huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's so bunch of questions.
Oh.
No, probably the 86. I'll ask questions.
Alright, to both from Tina Schroeder. Do we think the Resident Evil 2 remake will be better than Resident Evil 1 remake?
No.
You don't think so?
You can't beat the original. That's all. You can't beat the original.
I'm a lot more hyped up for it than I ever was for the first remake, so I think it's going to be better, personally. But because it's a remake of my favorite, so I'm slightly biased on that, I guess you could say. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, Wyatt asked you a question, Manaf. Do you know what the star Firestar is?
Yeah, I know what it is. It's actually a pistol.
It's a pistol.
It has so many variations. It's actually Spanish pistol.
And of course, Wyatt, you asked a fourth lookup question. You just... Ugh. But anyway, he's asking me Blacktail or Star Firestar to survive the Ganado apocalypse. And he's saying I must look the Star Firestar up if I don't know what it is. Which I don't.
Looks like a small pistol. It's not like a...
Oh, I see. That versus the Blacktail? Or which is also known as like the XMR Armory or something. I forgot. But... Springfield Armory, something like that. Yeah. To survive a Ganado apocalypse, I'll probably go with the Blacktail.
Yeah, it's an FN57. Like even. I'll go with FN57, which is the Blacktail.
White Chatrin, most to least favorite. Village area of Resident Evil 4, Castle area of Resident Evil 4, Island area, and all of Separate Rays. Treat Separate Rays as one whole area. Most to least favorite, huh? Okay. Go with, in the regular game, Island is my favorite. Then Village. Then I'll go Separate Rays, and then finally Castle. I didn't like the Castle very much in the regular campaign. Mercenaries, however, it's alright.
Why?
Why? Because as the Zealots are just so brutal, and I hate their shields, and I hate the Morning Stars, and there's so many traps, and Salazar's an asshole and annoying, and yeah.
The insta-kill Plaga. Don't forget about that.
Oh, yeah, the Insta-Kill Plaga, the one that swallows your head. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Michael Cho, to both of us. Thoughts on Canada, the country? I want to move there, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, but it's cold in the winter.
Yeah. Fergal. Funny when I said ship deck, it sounded like I said ship dick. Okay. Okay, and only then do I finally get to the point where I put the 300-second slow mode on. So, there you go.
10 minutes behind, I think.
Yeah, I was probably like 20 minutes behind. Yeah. So, Wyatt, to you, Manaf, have you heard of the Famaru 37M?
Yeah, I know how it looks like. Looks like it's a Hungarian M1911.
One Espiritu. Did I like the Dragon Ball series? I actually never watched it. Yeah. Wyatt, what's with the more lookups? I thought you were limiting yourself to 3 of them per Q&A.
What did you ask?
There's a 5th one now. Fort 17 or the Hammerly 280?
Yeah, I don't know this question. I don't know this province.
To survive the Revenant plus Liquor Apocalypse. Must look both up.
I think they look like shotguns. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, let's see. Fort 17. Okay, just another pistol.
Wow, what's wrong with what they did with pistols?
Nah, I don't know. Or the Hammerly 280.
Give another pistol.
Whoa. That's a weird looking thing. It looks like some sort of machine gun or something, sort of. Like a hybrid of a pistol and some machine gun. To survive the Revenant plus Liquor Apocalypse, I'll go with the Hammerly 280. Wyatt, the most boring level of Resident Evil 4, by level you mean load area. Oh, okay. Most boring of Resident Evil 4? Probably the very first section of the village where you only face like 3 enemies or 4. And you free the dog. Yeah, I'll go with that. Wyatt Chatron, how would Vendetta Rebecca fare against Mendez's final form? She probably wouldn't fare very well. She might come up with some sort of antivirus or something, but I don't know. And a question from you yourself, man. What's the gun that have 150 magazine when you fully upgrade it? 150. What you didn't put down the game, but I don't know if that was intentional or not.
It's gotta be Resident Evil. There's no. It's in Resident Evil.
It's in Resident Evil. Okay. It's not the TMP, is it?
No, it's not the TMP. It's immediately 250. Can I give you a hint? It's actually in 5.
Ammo box 50?
No.
Oh, it's in Resident Evil 5?
Yes. It's in hint.
When fully upgraded, it has 150. Is it the MP5?
Yes, that is.
Okay, there you go.
Do you like these questions? Shall I ask more?
Yeah, well, maybe not since I'm trying to just catch up in the chat now, so
Yeah.
we can save it for another Q&A.
Yeah.
Michael Cho, what Resident Evil game would I recommend for both you and your sister? If you've never played 2, you should definitely give it a try. Somehow, download an emulator on a computer and get the PlayStation 1 ISO file of Resident Evil 2. But other than that, if you're looking for more modern Resident Evils, I would say Resident Evil 7. Not a lot of people would agree with me on that probably, but I would say Resident Evil 7. Wyatt Chatron to Manaf, he bets you don't know what the car K9 is.
It's actually another pistol. It looks like shot named the M1911. It's like people live in shot.
It sounds like now Wyatt's mission is to stump you on a gun.
Yeah.
Alright, having trouble finding pistol ammo or having trouble finding shotgun ammo in the Durga apocalypse from Wyatt Chatron? I would rather have trouble finding pistol ammo than shotgun ammo. Shotgun comes in handy, man.
A lot.
Maraba Lamza, can I rate Resident Evil 2 Extreme Battle character loadouts out of 10? I can't really remember them. But, okay, Chris is definitely a nice 9 out of 10. He has an awesome loadout. Claire, I'll give a 7 out of 10. Ada, a 6 out of 10. And Leon, of course, doesn't have a good layout, so he's getting a 5 out of 10. White Chatron, have I ever played Darkside Chronicles Tofu mode? No, I haven't played that version of Tofu. I have to fight literal hunks of white tofu as an homage to the character. Funny, but I don't really care that much. Tina Schroeder to both. When you, as in Tina Schroeder, would be a BOW, which would you be in our opinion? Well, considering I don't know what you... I hardly know what you look like other than a video game reference that you shared. I'd probably... A BOW? You would probably be a Regis Liquor. A Regis Liquor. There you go.
Liquor Beta.
Liquor Beta for Tina Schroeder. So you'd be some sort of liquor, Tina, according to us. Why would I accept $1 billion to dump my girlfriend? No, would not. That's a lot of money, but no.
But don't dump your girlfriend.
No.
That's the question.
No. Which manga or novel has the best writing? Naruto. Which best and worst aspect of the starting shotgun in Resident Evil 4? Well, the best aspect of the starting shotgun probably is that it's free. Yes, that's the best aspect. The worst aspect is because it's not upgraded whatsoever, and it's the first shotgun, slow-ass reload speed. The worst aspect... What?
It's weak as fuck.
It's weak as fuck. Yeah, probably. Michael Cho, to me specifically, since Manaf chose to sexually lick a watermelon slice, what would I do if I came home to see him doing that? Well, one, I would be shocked that he's in my house, but seconds later, I'd be like, oh man, what's up? But then to see him doing that, I'd be like, what the fuck universe am I in right now?
Yeah. I just asked that for just I want to answer the question. I don't want to do it. I can't do it. I don't want to. I'm not.
Yeah. All right. Wyatt Chatrin, do I watch hentai or have I ever? Yes and yes. Murat Balamza, do I think dual wielding like Code Veronica or 6 should be used in a future Resident Evil title? Yes, that wouldn't be a bad idea, I feel like. Of some sort. Wyatt Chatrin, should there be a Resident Evil game in Australia since you don't think there has been yet? Why not? Wyatt, never be able to speak to my mother again or never be able to speak to... You just worded the same question twice, Wyatt. I wonder if you meant father. But between the... I kind of dislike these kinds of questions, Wyatt, but between my mother and father, probably my father then. Tina Schroeder, to both. Try to survive Resident Evil 4 in real life or Resident Evil 5? Me personally, I would go Resident Evil 5.
I don't want to actually survive through temples on that, like in 5.
No.
Like ancient ruins and temples.
What? Never. If I had to shoot Hoodstar, which Resident Evil gun would I do it with? The Smith & Wesson M500. Have I ever played Smash Brothers at all? If so, which ones? The only ones I've ever played are Brawl and the one on the Wii U. So yeah. Which has better graphics, Revelations 1 or Revelations 2? Revelations 2 because it's 60 frames per second. Also, which has better graphics, Revelations 2 or Resident Evil 5? Again, Revelations 2. What will I get my girlfriend for Christmas? I already got it. It's sitting in my closet. But I'm not saying it because she's right in the next room and I don't want her to hear me. Resident Evil 4 trivia. What type of structure is located near the room where you find the broken butterfly? Isn't it like a fountain? It's like a fountain full of crows, isn't it? Murat Balamza, can I rate Code Veronica Battle Mode loadouts out of 10? So Claire's initial loadout, 6 out of 10. Her alternative layout is a 7 out of 10. Chris's layout, 7 out of 10. Steve's layout, I'm only giving that a 6 out of 10. Wesker's layout, 3 out of 10.
It's only a 9, I think.
Yeah. Wyatt Chatron, face off against Slenderman or face off against Resident Evil 5 Wesker's final form? I would get a fully upgraded Punisher in either case. Well, bullets don't hurt Slenderman whatsoever, so I'd rather face off against Resident Evil 5 Wesker final form. So Bella means beautiful, apparently, and Bella's sister. So beautiful sister? Yeah, that is ironic since they're ugly AF. Thoughts on if the merchant's brother appeared in Resident Evil 4 and explained the merchant's backstory? I don't think that's necessary, so no thanks. Alright, we're getting very close. I'm finally getting there, since not a lot of people could ask a lot of questions, since I had like a 5-minute time slow mode going. Of course, in between everything is Wyatt, because he ignored what I requested. Thoughts, or no. Tina Schroeder to Wyatt. Bella is also a European girl name. So Wyatt, thoughts on if I had to pay for all of my weapons separately in the next Resident Evil game on top of the full $60 price of the game? So what, all of the weapons were DLC packs and I had to buy them all separately? That would be stupid. I would hate that. Also, would I ship bricks if you made a $500 super chat? Probably. Which skill system do I like more? Resident Evil 6 or Revelations 2? Should it be used in a future Resident Evil title? The skill system? I think I liked Revelations 2 more. But no, I do not think it should be used in a future game because skills, they were an unnecessary addition in my opinion. So Wyatt shot from the SRT is the special response team in Degeneration that Angela and Greg are part of. Okay, so yeah, Manaf, you were right about that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Greg was retarded. Wyatt Chatrin, Hunter Gamma versus Sploder. Sploder. Hunter Delta versus Crimson Head. Hunter Delta. And finally, the last question. Tina Schroeder to both of us. What is the meaning of life?
That's a very odd one.
I know. That's one of the, questions that everybody asks that don't have an answer to. But my answer to that, the meaning of life is to live it to the fullest. And it's like, without life, there would be no knowledge. So, there you go. Alright, that's it. So just as entertainment, I'm going to skim through after the last question to see what people were saying.
Yeah.
Wyatt, he knows in his head that he'll always have the last question on this Q&A. Canon, apparently. Even though I said from the very beginning that it wasn't when the timer went off, it was when I chose. Now you have an enemy for life, apparently, Tina Schroeder. There's some competition. Apparently, Wyatt will forgive Tina if she marries him. But they'd both be killed by her current boyfriend. And his current girlfriend. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. You know what, Shanks? Guess how many minutes took you to get to the final question?
It took 37 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the highest of any Q&A.
I know. So I don't intend on letting that happen again. That was like an accident because I didn't properly put slow mode on. So anyway, I'm just looking at all of these. They're in reference to way earlier questions. So Wyatt, if you didn't see One Esper 2, he doesn't think that you contributed enough to be on stream. When the thing is, I'm almost so desperate for a fourth person, I'm almost willing to say there is no requirement. But
how about Tina? Tina Schroeder.
I want Tina Schroeder, but she's too shy, apparently. I also want Murat Balamza, but he just hasn't said anything on the matter. And Manu Castilla hasn't been on any of these in a while, so I don't know where he's at.
Is missing.
I know. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do at this point, because at that point, it's like his death is censored, though. Chris kills him with a grenade off screen instead of shooting him. Since technically the Q&A is over, you're going to get back to doing chores, so Fear Gale has probably been gone for a while. That's another person I wouldn't mind maybe on a Q&A is Fear Gale, the Fearless.
Yeah.
But, because he has awesome zombie kill questions. But, Wyatt, that was your super chat with $2. Can the next Q&A be on Christmas? You know, it actually might be able to be because I'm celebrating my Christmas 2 days early due to work scheduling, so I could do that. It's only 6 days. Well, it's 6 days from now, so.
It's gonna be 26, so the next one's gonna be at 26th.
For you.
Yeah.
Well, I might do it very early in the morning. I don't know. But. So it would be like night. Anyway, we'll see about that, Wyatt. I'll have to plan my week out.
I missed late ones. You know, I missed late ones, to be honest.
You missed what?
Late Q&As. Q&A.
Yeah.
For me, I missed one.
Gotcha. Alright, I'm going to end it here now, folks. So, hope you enjoyed that Q&A. It was definitely a long one. It was more like an hour and a half because of like how far behind I got, so indulge on that, I guess, but don't expect it to happen again, because I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen again. Alright, so this is Shankster94, aka The Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow my links down there at the bottom, And I got Manaf Muff and his Twitter account if you want to check him out. So there you go. All right.
You should put my Facebook. You should put my Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could start doing that if you would like me to. So
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll update the layout like whenever I can. All right. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next Q&A, and if one comes out within the next 6 days, probably another reaction video to Resident Evil 2, if they release one. So, yep, and of course I'm still on hiatus, so don't expect any actual content. As of that, still probably going to be a little while. Honestly, the next piece of content that you could expect from me most likely will be my blind playthrough of Resident Evil 2 Remake when it gets released. So, that's the piece of content that you have to look forward to, you could say. Alright, I will see you guys, but the next time you see me will definitely be the next Q&A. So, peace out. Thanks, Manaf, for attending this Q&A. Sorry I couldn't... and I'm sorry I couldn't feature you better because Skype crapped out on me, so...
I can't deal with that. Don't worry, I can deal with everything.
Alright, and we're gonna, I guess me, you, and Wyatt, we're gonna have to figure out a different way to do co-hosting Q&As. So, yeah. Alright, guys. Peace out.